everybody, welcome to another lesson of learning Japanese. Today we're going to cover a relatively simple grammar construct, and that is using the te form of a verb plus the word oku to mean to do the verb beforehand, or to do the verb ahead of time, or to do the verb in advance, something along those lines. And so the connotation that this expression is going to take is that somebody, the subject of the sentence, is doing an action ahead of time in preparation for another occurrence that is to happen in the future. So this subject is going to be performing this action intentionally in preparation for something that is about to come, and in that sense, this grammar construct is a bit similar to the tame ni form, which means in order to do something else, something is done, but it's just going to carry that slightly different nuance. So as you can probably tell from the title of the grammar construct or the lesson itself, this is going to be a very easy structure. We just need to turn the verb that we're using into its te form and add the word oku, which consists of two characters, the character o and the character ku. So with that said, we're now just going to do a couple examples to get a better idea of this. So for our first example sentence, we have the line Konya wa paartee dakara pizza o chuumon shite oita. So what this line is going to translate to is something along the lines of, because the party is tonight, I ordered pizza ahead of time. If we break down the sentence bit by bit, first up we have konya, which means tonight or this evening. We have the particle wa marking as the topic. We have the word party, which is party, and it's basically just saying tonight is party. Following party, which is a noun, is the plain form of des, which is da, and then we have kara, so dakara is going to mean because the party is tonight, or because tonight is party. Then we have pizza o chuumon shite oita, and pizza is pizza, it's a noun, so we're going to mark it with the direct object particle o because it's going to be the direct object of the verb that's about to come, which is the verb chuumon suru, which is a verbal noun that means to order. So we have chuumon suru, and we're going to change suru here into its te form shite because that's what the grammar construct requires. So that becomes chuumon shite. Then we add the verb oku right after that, but we're going to conjugate oku into oita because we want to express this in the past, and we're just going to keep it casual, so we're going to turn it into its ta form. So oku turns into oita, and all together once again, konya wa paartee dakara pizza o chuumon shite oita means because the party is tonight, I ordered pizza ahead of time. For our next example sentence, we have a line that's pretty similar to the one that we just did, and the line is Ashita wa deeto ga arimasuからレストランの予約をしておきます. And what this line is going to translate to is, because I have a date tomorrow, I am making reservations at the restaurant ahead of time. So let's break down the sentence bit by bit. First up we have ashita, which just means tomorrow. We have deeto, which means date. We have ga arimasu, and that means to have what? To have the date. And then we have the conjunction kara right after arimasu to mean because. So because I have a date tomorrow. Restaurant no yoyaku o shite okimasu. Restaurant is basically restaurant. We have the no particle here to implement the noun of a noun modification. So restaurant no yoyaku. Yoyaku is reservation basically. So this is going to be a reservation of the restaurant. We're going to mark that reservation as a direct object. So it's going to have o right after it. And then we have shite because we're using suru here, but it's going to be changed into its te form in order to employ this grammar construct. Then simply after the verb that's in its te form, we add the verb oku, then we conjugate that into the polite form now because we want to be polite. So oku turns into okimasu, and altogether once again, this is because I have a date tomorrow, I am making reservations for the restaurant ahead of time. Ashita wa deeto ga arimasuから明日はデートがありますからレストランの予約をしておきます. For our last example sentence, we have one that's more complicated. Our sentence is 来週は期末試験だからたくさんのコーヒーとカップヌードルを買いに行っておく. And what this line translates to is basically because next week is finals week, or just because next week is finals, I'm gonna go buy a lot of coffee and cup noodle in advance. So let's break down this line bit by bit. First up, we have Raishuu, which is going to be next week. We have wa marking as the topic. We have kimatsu shiken, and kimatsu means basically the end of the term. Then shiken means test, so the test at the end of the term, and that's going to translate more naturally to finals. We have dakara right after shiken because shiken's a noun. We end that with the des, or the proper conjugation of des that you want to use. And then we follow that with kara because we're using it as the conjunction to mean because. So because next week is finals week. Takusan is going to mean basically a lot, and we're using the noun of a noun modification here. So takusan no kahi to cup noodle is a lot of coffee and cup noodle. We have the direct object marker o right after cup noodle because we're marking those as the direct object of the verb to buy, and here kao is the verb to buy, but we're going to change it into its primos form kai because we're using another grammar construct in which we use the primos form of a verb followed by the particle ni, followed by a going verb such as iku to mean to go somewhere to do that verb. So kai ni iku means to go to buy, but here we're using the grammar construct that is the topic of this lesson, so we need to change iku to itte because we want it to be in its te form. And now that it is in its te form, we simply add oku right after it, and so all together that whole sentence is going to read, because next week is finals, I am going to go buy coffee and cup noodle in advance. 来週は期末試験だからたくさんのコーヒーとカップヌードルを買いに行っておく. And so yeah, those are 3 quick examples using this grammar construct, the te form of a verb plus the word oku to mean to do the verb ahead of time in preparation for something that you know that is going to happen, such as finals week or a date or a party. You know these things are going to happen, so you're doing something intentionally in order to prepare for that occurrence. It's a relatively easy grammar construct compared to the ones that we've been doing most recently, and it actually isn't as common as those either, but it is always good to know the variations of things that you can be saying